Across the South Coast, live from Solent University, you're listening to Solent Sports News.
Good afternoon, it's 2 o'clock. I'm Samuel Barnett with your Solent Sports News headlines. Right, breaking news in the last hour. Everton have received the biggest points deduction in Premier League history. They have been docked 10 points for breaching profit and sustainability rules. The Toffees have tumbled down the table and now find themselves in 19th place. Joining us are sports journalists Jack Bunclark and Daniel Baverstock, who have been following the situation in Merseyside. So, what's going on over there, guys?
Hi, Sam. Yeah, so Everton have breached FFP rules, which over 3 years they have to lose a maximum of £105 million, and they've lost just over £125 million. So they've gone over the breach. They've only breached the one rule, but in the eyes of the Premier League, it's huge. So they've been docked a massive 10 points, which leaves them in 19th position next to Burnley on 4 points.
I think obviously stemming from that, they've been on really good form recently. Checking, they've picked up 10 points from the last 15. So I think regarding their little sort of relegation battle compared to Burnley, Sheffield and Luton, who are much worse teams on paper and certainly form-wise, I think worst comes to worst, I think they'll survive the drop. And
of course, obviously Man City, who were breached in a few years ago with the financial fair play, how come they haven't also been fined with their rules?
Well, they got charged with 115 sanctions against them, the Manchester club. They're obviously very wealthy. Last 10 years, they've dominated the Premier League, and UEFA even banned them from European competitions, but that is a decision that got overturned, and which allowed them to do their famous and historic treble. So it could be something that will get looked into further down the line.
Right, well, thank you guys for joining us on that, and we will have more updates coming up. Charles Leclerc topped the one and only practice session at the inaugural F1 Las Vegas Grand Prix earlier today. The initial first session was delayed due to Carlos Sainz driving over a drain cover, causing a red flag. The 90-minute long session then resumed at 2:30 a.m. local time. I'm joined by Luke John Buckle to talk us through some things. Luke, thank you for joining us. The Las Vegas Grand Prix suffered a difficult start. How much damaging could this be for F1?
Yeah, it could be pretty damaging. I mean, the Las Vegas Grand Prix has been highly anticipated since 18 months when it was announced, and the whole Friday with practice and track damages with the manhole covers, it's all things going wrong for them, and some of it does happen at street circuits before, but Formula One have been more focused on chapels in the paddock and people getting married at their event rather than making a functional racetrack.
And the track's obviously been criticised by some drivers, and why is that particularly?
Yeah, the track design, it's not the Spa or Silverstone that drivers usually love. It's the typical modern street circuit of long straights into hairpins and just trying to bring that Baku model into things, of just long straights, very mixed slow corners. So it doesn't make for that exciting racing, and on Sunday it will be an interesting race with Max. Should be quick, but it's a new circuit, so we'll see.
Thank you. Right, well, just a quick update from the Under-17s World Cup. England are taking on Brazil, and they find themselves 2-1 down. Brazil going 2-0 up just after the resumption of the second half, with Joel Ndala scoring a consolation penalty. England's still top of the group, though, joint on 6 points with Brazil and Iran. Right, that's all from us now. I will be back in 1 hour. Remember, you can keep up to date on our website, solentsportsnews.com.